In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do the Tunisian crochet simple stitch. I've started off with 15 chain and I'm using an iron weight yarn with a 6mm crochet hook, Tunisian crochet hook. I like to use a thicker hook than is normally required for the yarn because Tunisian crochet does produce quite a thick fabric, so this keeps it a little bit looser and easier to work with. So to start off with, I'm going to go into this first chain here like this. I'm going to draw up a loop and leave the loop on the hook. Into the next chain, draw up a loop and leave the loop on the hook. And I'm going to do this all the way to the end of the row. Okay, like so. So I have all my stitches on the crochet hook there. Okay, so to work our way back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to yarn over and pull through the first loop like that, and then for the rest of the row I'm going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops all the way to the end. And this is creating then the stitches that we're going to be working back into. On the forward pass. So I do it all the way to the end until I have 1 loop left on the hook. Okay, so that's your first row done. So all of these loops here along the front, see these loops here, these are the ones that we're going to be working into on our next row. So I'm going to take my hook, I'm going to insert it into that loop, yarn over and pull through a loop and leave it on the hook. Into this stitch, yarn over, pull through a loop and leave it on the hook. Into this stitch, yarn over, pull through a loop and leave it on the hook. So I'm going to do that all the way to the end of the row. And as you can see here, it's nice and loose and easy to work with the larger hook. Obviously you can use whichever hook you want to with your yarn, but just for this purpose it keeps it nice and easy. Now, when you get to the end of the row, this is your last loop here. So you're going to put the hook in through there, but then you're also going to come to the back and hook it through this loop, this stitch as well, so that you have a double, you have 2 loops over there. So you're going to go in here so that you're going through the 2 loops and pull it through. And this is just to give you a nice neat edge on it. Okay, so that's your row worked across, and then you're going to do the same as you did on the first row. So you're going to do yarn over and through the first loop, and then for the rest of the row you're going to go yarn over and through the 2 loops. So yarn over through those 2 loops, yarn over and through those 2 loops, and you're going to do that all the way to the end of the row. Now, like knitting, if you're knitting stocking stitch, your work is going to curl up, the piece is going to curl up. The same thing applies for the Tunisian crochet. There isn't a huge amount that you can do about this. Some of the different stitches will curl less, but basically you just have to make sure that you block the piece when you're finished with it. to stop it from curling up. So there you can see the stitch starting to form. This is what it's going to look like. Okay, and there you have your, again, your loops that you're going to work into here on the next row. So we're going to go again. We're going to go into this stitch, yarn over and pull the loop through. Into this stitch, yarn over and pull the loop through. And again, you're going to do that to the end of the row. And this, then after this row, you'll really start to see how the fabric is going to look. So on your last stitch again, just to show you again how you work onto your last stitch, this is your loop here, but you want to go through that loop and also through the back loop that's there, so that you get a nice neat finish on it and you pull your loop through. So there you have all your stitches on the needle again, on your hook again. So again, we're going to yarn over through one loop and then yarn over through two loops all the way to the end of the row. And that's how you do the simple stitch in the Tunisian crochet. And I'll work a few more rows just so you can see how it looks when there's a few rows worked together. Yeah, and that's the Tunisian simple stitch. It looks great for bags and blankets and things like that.